The monster is chasing you. You're running, breathing hard. Fearful you will be gobbled up. Wake up! Wake up! Woo! Thank God it was a dream and not real. Or was it? But what makes you think this world is real and not a nightmare? Do you really know the difference between what is real and what is a dream? Join us as we go as far and as deep as we can to discover the nature of reality. This is Who Am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who? Our purpose is to awaken.
Who am I?
To awaken to absolute truth.
Am I?
Who am I?
Who?
Who?
Our purpose is to awaken to absolute truth.
Absolute.
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 Absolute truth.
Our purpose is to awaken. Are they one and the same? Absolute truth. That's our purpose.
Who am
Okay, class, we ready here to see if we can know the difference between a dream and reality. And we've been discussing this for the last few shows, so I decided I'll go to old bro Webster. Okay, you see what Webster, how he defines dream. He says, dream, a state of mind, now notice, a state of mind marked by abstractions or released from reality. That's one definition of Webster. And then he says another definition, a sequence of sensations, images, thoughts passing through a sleeping person's mind. Still within the mind. All right, is what bro Webster was saying. So we're saying now, we want to look at this now. Is this a dream or is this real? Okay, wasn't there a commercial? Is it something Memorex? Or is it Live or Memorex? I guess we're dating ourselves, right? But anyway, but we want to know the difference. How do we know that this is a dream? And how we know this is a reality? How do you know? We assume because the five senses tell us that, I can see Carol, or I can hear you, or whatever, that I said it's reality. There's a subject that appears to have a relationship with something called outside of the subject. But when I'm dreaming, all right, when Archibald was dreaming about Beyonce, okay? See, I make it Beyonce and not Whoopi, okay? It's a good dream, man, all right? When Archibald was dreaming that he is with Beyonce, there looks like that there's a relationship between Archibald and other people. I'm gonna make it orgy, man. Whatever. Whatever. All right, yeah, you can have your fantasy, whatever you want.
Babies in there.
Right. Okay. Right. But there are other characters in a dream, and they all appear to have motion of their own. They can move on their own. They appear to talk on their own. They appear to think. In other words, they appear to have minds within them in the dream. And then there's something called, all right, there's a dream. When you wake up, is what happened? What happened to all those characters in the dream? Were they there? Were they real? Okay? And so we say, all right, this is real. I woke up, from the dream. And we said this, I woke up into what we call real, because we have something called time and space. But in the dream, it looked like there was time and space. When Archibald was dreaming about Beyonce, there was space. He was in one location, maybe not too far from Beyonce, okay? But there was, space. And there was time, because there appeared to be something occurring in a sequential state. And we call that a dream. Now, really, is that really different from what we're experiencing here? Yeah, Gloria, you had your hand up.
Well, you mentioned something about the five senses, and the question came to my mind that a dream would be anything that uses the five senses,
Okay.
that appears that you're using the five senses.
How do you know that?
Because the five senses is all a human characteristic or a human, well, I'll just leave it with characteristic. So that would put it down to what is the basis of a human identity.
And you're saying the senses.
The senses fall within that.
Okay. That we define our reality based upon empirical
What
data.
I can see, what I can hear, and so on.
Okay, so we're saying that there's senses which require a subject
Right.
and an object. I can see, hear, taste, whatever. All right, touch. Any of the data that my senses are telling me, I can say, I'm touching Carol. All right, so I am saying that there's a subject who's using his senses to perceive the object. But that also is occurring, as you're saying, Gloria, in the dream. All right, Archibald was seeing Beyonce or whatever you were doing with Beyonce. We won't get into the details. All right, but there were two separate entities. Okay, a subject who appeared to have motion and could move on his own, and another subject that you call an object, because anything that's not me is an object. I can call it animate or inanimate, but I'm the subject always. And then there's the object, and there appears to be a difference between them. And my senses would deliver me data to support that I am separate from the object. You get that? All right? Yeah, hey.
Okay, so would you really be using all five senses in your dream? Would you really be able to feel and smell and...
Sure.
And, really?
Your dream, haven't you had, of course you hear your major senses, the optical and, auditory senses, okay? But, you can smell, touch. You never had smell in a dream, but you can. Yes, you can. Okay. Yeah, so any of the five senses can appear in what we call a dream. But we want to know, is there,
Even if it's just one, you wouldn't have to experience all of the five senses.
No, but right now you're probably not experiencing your smell, your olfactory sense right now. Unless Archibald didn't take a bath last week or whatever. But right now you're probably more, because your dominant senses, your visual and auditory, are pushing all of that data that's coming in from your other senses, and you're using your tactile to, as you're sitting on that chair. But right now you're more attending to your dominant senses, which are your visual and your auditory. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm getting out of that, according even to Webster, the definition you read, it seems to be the common denominator is the mind.
Yes.
And that mind is the one that's perceiving the senses that we're talking about. And the mind is the one who is perceiving the subject and the object.
Right.
So if that is how the dream is created or formulated, is just through the mind, then that would seem to me that it makes sense that the dream state is an aspect of the mind and the waking state is an aspect of the mind.
Yes.
So they really would be the same.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying right now.
Okay.
Right now we call this reality. And last night when you were in bed, you called that, sleep, and then you called it dream. All right. But what Leonard is now introducing is that this waking state. We all said we are awake right now. But when when Archibald was dreaming about Beyonce, he thought he was awake. All right? And he thought that he and Beyonce, whatever y'all were doing, all right, that she was awake and he was awake. But now we're saying, is that true? All right, here and then Sharon.
I just spent the last week going over the movies The Matrix. And
All three of them?
all three of them.
Really? Okay.
And then I come here. It's amazing. But one of the points that the movie makes is the dream is the mind.
Yes.
That there's no difference between the dream and the mind, and that we're in a dream state, and when we're not in a dream state, we're in conscious union with God, where we are not dreaming. Because there's only one. There's only one. So all of this, including you thinking that you're awake, it's a part of the dream.
Yeah. See, now this is a very important distinction. We draw this line. All right. This is reality. What do I mean by reality? This is true. This is, above this line, is the only reality there is, meaning that there's only infinite presence. I don't have to prove it because it already is. Reality is. Reality is. That which is real. All right? Is true. All right? Only is. Is infinite. Okay? There can't be isn't. So this is infinite. Or all. All right? This is the only wake state there is. Now, as Bahia was saying, there appears to Alan Carter, all right, who thinks. And once Alan Carter thinks, he's going to have this subject and object. I'm going to think about whatever. All right? I will have separation. That's what Alan Carter does, because Alan Carter relies upon thinking because of this mind. And this mind is the dreamer. It is that which makes up all of this. But can it? You know, if all there is real, you had to follow up?
Yeah. The senses are actually subject reality oriented. The senses
Subject
need an
object
object, subject object oriented. They need an object in order to touch, taste, feel.
Yes.
Otherwise, the senses don't exist.
Right.
So the senses are working with what we call the mind and creating this subject object dimension.
Right.
I won't even call it reality, because it's not reality. It's just this illusion that we're all dancing or sleeping in.
Yeah, see, the senses have to tell me that there's two.
Right.
Subject and object. In other words, the senses tell me that there is dualism, that there's me and something called a not me. Sharon was next, and then Ball, and then Aviva.
I had an interesting experience about 30 years ago. My husband and I got into bed, side by side as we always do, and we went to sleep. Fell asleep and dreamed. I dreamt of him, that we were walking through some places, meeting people and doing some things. When I woke up that next morning, said to him, "Good morning, how are you? How'd you sleep? Did you have a good dream?" Because we always do this every morning. You have a good dream? What you dream about? And I said to him, "I dreamt about you last night." He says, "Well, I dreamt about you." We both had the exact same dream, doing the same thing in the same place. And I said to him, "Okay, I believe you were laying in the bed next to me during the night. What was that?" I said to him, "That has to be mind, one experience, because that has to be all that there is." We only had it happen that one time, but I have never forgotten that.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. This is the mind that has to have separation. This is a dreamer. All right? It's a universal mind. Now, old Carl Jung, who was a big-time shrink, psychiatrist/psychologist, you know, he basically said that was something he called a collective unconscious, that there is something that we all share in common, all right? And he called it unconscious, something that we all share. The point is, but he didn't go far enough. We're going to follow the Jung and Freud and all of them. The point is, as Sharon was saying, that all this is a dream that has to support, and what Bahia was saying, Leonard, this thing called two, that in Sharon's dream, that was her and her husband. And they appeared to be in space. They appeared to be solid, okay? And they appear to move and do whatever, all right? And so that is the whole purpose of the dream, to support that there is separation. Separation from what? From this reality, a truth, a God, a heaven, whatever you want to call it. All right? The heaven, a God, is not all. That all stop being all. Every ology you got, your theology, psychology, sociology, physics, chemistry, whatever, is based on the premise that all is not all. That's why it's a lie. Everything you were taught in school, that I was taught at Morehouse or at Columbia or whatever, was a lie. Everything that Robert and Ruth Carter taught me, John, was a lie. Now, we had loving parents, but they were taught by their parents. And, go all the way back to whatever, all right, to, Lucy, which was supposed to be the first sort of humanoid type figure, okay, in Africa, so whatever. Not Adam and Eve, whatever that, floats your boat, okay. But it all has to support that this is real. But if this is real, this isn't. That's why we got to create a God called Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, Zeus, Apollo. They're all the same. They're a creation of this to support that there's separation. Tell me if Christianity could exist without a devil. No. There has to be God and something else. And this something else is in opposition to God. Check it out in the Bible. Okay? But that's this mind that Leonard was talking about. This mind that has to have separation, two or more. Paul, you were next.
But the reality is something the humans have to do. Either we do it with the mind or it's not there at all.
Right. The mind tells you. The mind tells you that you're Archibald.
No, I'm talking about the reality after whatever's on the top line there.
Oh, yeah. This reality, the infinite one.
Yeah.
What about it?
I mean, it is, but it's not something that we can deal with.
Right, because it doesn't know anything about you.
Yeah.
All right, because it says you don't exist.
Well, then it doesn't exist.
Yes, it does.
Why does it?
Because there is only presence. Can there be something called absence?
But
who's saying it?
We don't. Yeah, I mean, how are we going to say it? You saying it, but is it?
The only presence that I know of
is on the second line.
You talking about Alan?
Hey.
Okay, there has to be presence.
We talking about dreams. Are we gonna dream about the top line?
No, this is the only presence. If it's infinite, you can't have anything else other than that.
But that begs to the question, does God dream? Which is really what he's trying to get to.
Okay.
No.
That's not what you're trying to get to?
No.
What I think he's trying to get to is that he's saying that if there's nothing, how can God know that?
Right.
Right.
Is that part of it?
No. I mean,
so then how do you, when you said God doesn't knows you exist, why
God doesn't even exist. I mean,
okay.
All is.
Ooh.
All is.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But why do we have to call it God?
You don't have to call it anything.
Yeah, I mean,
well, just say is it.
Yeah, you can call it trash can. Yeah, making a difference. Okay.
But just all.
Yeah, which is all. But the essence of what it is. I mean, you can, like, your name could be Archibald, Brownie, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
All right, but that doesn't confine you or really define you. That was just a name given to you by your parents.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and you could, like, Louis Alcindor changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But it's just, you can go down changing your name to Trash Can if you want to. Yeah. But the essence, what is the essence here? And the essence is that there's only presence. Let's see, who was next? I think Aviva, then Addie, and then Joan. Who was next? Aviva.
I was just gonna say, well, gosh, I got some weird questions. Growing up in funeral mortuary business with the family, now with this coming up, I recall one of the morticians had me to come in. I was a teenager then, and he demonstrated me pressing on the corpse, and then you hear the, so I saw some trapped air still left in. Then they had a conversation about one of the morticians was kind of on the wild side, and I think they probably still do it, or maybe they really did do it. And he impregnated a corpse, and they had a doctor to see if anything occurred, and it did. But she was already pronounced dead. So they kept her dead. And whatever happened to whatever was growing in there, that went too. But that always was a question. And it was they did a thing, what's called a scientific study on it, and said it was possible that a person pronounced dead could still be impregnated.
Well, I'm not a physician, so I don't know the whole medical, biological factors involved. And we think that there's death because we identify as a mind-body mechanism. That's what the dream has to do. It has to tell you that you are a body and that life is within a body. That, I came out of Ruth Carter, okay, that when I came out, Dr. Donaldson maybe slapped me or whatever, and supposedly life, or in the Bible it says, God breathed life into some dust or something like that. Like there was a God who had Adam and then Eve or whatever. In other words, two again.
Right.
There's nothing that can oppose this. This is the only life.
Right.
This is life. That's why there's no death. That's all Jesus was trying to do on that cross. Okay?
Right.
That's all the Buddha did when he woke up. He said there is no death and no extinction of death. In other words, this thing called I was born, live, and die is part of the dream. It's not real. But you think, once you think, you got to have a form. Because there's limitation. Because this is unlimited, all of this is limited. And you have anything that's limited has a boundary, a periphery, a circumference or something to basically confine it. And we said that this body, but in the dream with Archibald and Beyonce, it looked like Archibald had a body and Beyonce had a body. All right? And they were separate. And it looked like maybe they were breathing. Hey, I'm making up your dream, man.
Don't kill my dream.
Okay, you was separate, but remember this is a family show. But the point is, this thing called the way that we normally think. See, this is why I've had some people tell me, this show, makes their head spin. So you'd rather watch, Real Housewives or something. Well, yeah, we're trying to pull the rug out from the way that you ordinarily think.
Right.
Okay? And this thing called, this is the way we ordinarily think. There's life, death, and so forth. That's a dream. Death is a dream. Okay, let's see who was next. Addie?
I think John.
I just want to just touch on this. When I went to Israel, we went down to Egypt. They even brought this over here. It's a corpse in there, and the hair is still growing. They brought it over to Emory to a museum there and showed it. That hair was still growing. So I'm just thinking that we're neither dead or alive. It is a dream. The whole thing is a dream. Death is a dream. Living is a dream. So whatever happens in what we call living can happen in death, and death vice versa.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just that.
Yeah, this, anything that supports this.
Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
okay, John.
This is interesting because I just attended a funeral this morning. And one of the things that was very prominent in it wasn't a discussion, but it was indicated that because this person now was, quote, as we know, dead, he was then free. His spirit, which had been entrapped in this body for 84 years, is now free. How does that comport with what we're talking about here?
It's all this.
It's all a dream.
You can't put spirit within anything. Okay, spirit, how you gonna confine the infinite?
Right.
What's the, what you gonna put around spirit? That's just man's idea to justify his theology, really.
Right.
Okay? We think that there's life within a body. That's not true. That's not true. Okay? Life is God. And there's no God within me.
The body is.
The body is not me. Okay? See, this is hard to get because my mind tells me I'm this body. I have a sister named Joan, parents named Robert and Ruth Carter. Mm-hmm. All by body relationship. Mm-hmm. That's not true. God can't have a relationship. What can the infinite be related to? You have to have something called number. Okay? And if you have something called number, exactly. I'm losing my voice a little bit, but you can hear me. All right. Who is next? Addie.
My first question was, how can we dream, or can we dream about something that we've never experienced?
I guess so. Why not?
But how can we?
How do we know that?
How can we? How? Because if our mind is doing the dreaming, what would it attach to that causes us to dream?
It's called imagination. You can imagine anything. That's why the creative writers come up with stuff. Mm-hmm. They may not have experienced it, but they come up with all kinds of crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. This appears to be creative. Okay, it appears that Shakespeare was creative. Okay, Marvin Gaye created What's Going On, or whatever. To create, you have to have something called this, right?
Some people say there's no such thing as time.
Exactly. That's why there's no creation. And I gotta wind this up. Maybe my voice might get mellowed up. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know where. So I sound like I'm a helium or something. Okay.
That you had a top.
Well, hopefully you can hear me and continue to ask, what's real? What's a dream? How do you know it's a dream? What's your foundation for knowing something is real and for truth? Just because somebody taught you that makes it real? Ask these questions. Continue to ask every question. But know that you want to know the ultimate question. And that ultimate question is, what is absolutely true? What is absolutely real? Thank you.